Welcome to this week's edition of the Friday Five. I'm Ben Rosehart, joined this week by senior Taylor Steffen from our Concordia men's swimming and diving team. Taylor, thank you so much for being with us.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We're going to get right into it. We have 5 questions for you today. Our first question, I wanted to ask you just about how special that conference title was for you. You were a member of that team a couple years ago. What do you remember about that day, the first PCSC title for our swimming and diving program on the men's team? And how special is it to have that bond with all the guys on that year's historic group?
Yeah, that was definitely like one of the highlights of my college career. I think the thing that made it so unique and special was that we weren't expecting it at all. We had never expected to be contenders. And going into the 4th day, the last day, we looked at the scores and we're like, we can do this. We can pull this out. So that just really encouraged us. We had a day of incredibly fast swimming, and then we ended up coming out on top. So that was awesome and definitely one of my favorite memories of Concordia.
Is there one event or events that you specialize in particular during that conference title run and today moving forward?
Yeah, that was the day of the mile, and that's probably my top event, distance freestyle.
Very cool, very cool. And you're also a member of that relay team, along with recent graduate Austin Barton, Kobe Gall, and Kyle Benjamin as well. That was a big victory for you guys. I believe it was the 800-yard freestyle. Does that sound right? Awesome.
200.
Another great memory for you guys, yeah.
Exactly.
I know you guys were so proud to get your rings when we celebrated that last year, and just kind of all the work that goes into that. There's so much behind the scenes. But your story is also unique. Before you came to Concordia, homeschooled. That's a unique situation. How did that really shape who you are entering Concordia and who you are today?
Yeah, I was homeschooled from kindergarten all the way through senior year of high school. That shaped me in a few ways. Number one, I was able to do some classes at a community college. And that was where I kind of found some of the things I was interested in and got to pursue some of those subjects a little bit more. So that was really awesome. And then it also gave me more time to, number one, be with my family. Family's huge to me. Love spending time with them. And then it also gave me a little bit of extra time to focus on swimming and be able to make some of those morning practices.
You and your family are from the Santa Barbara area. You said you once finished a 6-mile ocean swim. I'm curious to know more about that. I'm sure many people watching are as well. Was that in your hometown area, or how did that come about? I just got to ask you about that.
Yeah, so ocean swimming is huge in Santa Barbara. We do basically a festival every year called Simon Nautica, which is just a week of ocean sports. And that's one of the events, the 6-mile ocean swim. So ever since I was probably 14, I'd been doing mile swims in the ocean, every Thursday during the summers. And then I started doing the 3-miler. And then I finally decided, I believe it was last year, to just finally do the 6-mile. So that was a big achievement. Took 2 hours. But yeah, it was a good time.
I mean, that's way easier said than done. I mean, some people train, months, years for biathlons, triathlons, half marathon even, Wow, that's a unique thing that I'm sure was on your bucket list, and now you can proudly say you've already checked that one off.
Yep.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Another cool thing, you mentioned in your bio, you're a big fan of Spiderman. I'm curious if are you big into comics in general, all the Marvel, DC movies, or just Spider-Man in particular, or what's kind of behind that?
The Spider-Man thing started out as a joke between me and my friends. We would do the Spider-Man web shooter hand and throw things at each other. So that was sort of where it started. But I do really like Spider-Man. I would probably say he's my favorite superhero. And I do like to keep up with all the Marvel movies. Heard there's a new Spider-Man coming out in 2 years, which I'm pretty excited about.
I feel like they kind of stagger that very strategically.
Yeah, I think it's all planned out 10 years in advance. It's crazy.
It is crazy. That's pretty cool. Want to ask also just about your major, what you're studying, and coming up on the finish line here, which is exciting as a senior, and just kind of your thoughts in terms of career goals, potential dream job down the line.
I'm studying exercise science right now. So I'm exercise science with an emphasis in allied health, and then I have a pre-PT minor. So physical therapy is my goal down the line. That's what I'm going for. Right now, I'm working on applications for PT school, so we'll see how that works out. But yeah, that's my plan and dream job.
Very cool. And you have an internship as well already, right?
Yeah, yeah,
How's
doing an internship right now. It's been really interesting. It's a lot of good experience, and I think it reinforced for me that that's sort of what I want to do.
and where is that again right now?
Right now, I have an internship at Roush PT in Dana Point.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, that's exciting, and obviously, hope your path continues in the foreseeable future to be successful as it already has been here, both in the pool and outside the pool. So, thanks
Thank you.
again for your time, and it was a great time to discuss with you, Taylor.
Yeah, of course. Good talking to you, Ben.
Thanks for joining us, everyone out there as well, and we will have our next video segment coming up on IGTV and our YouTube channel on Tuesday with our next Think Fast guest.
Thank you.
See you, Taylor.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.